Hi, and welcome to this review of direct and indirect objects. In this video, we'll define what the object of a sentence is and take a look at the differences between direct and indirect objects. Let's get started. To begin, let's go over what an object of a sentence is. An object is a word or phrase that is affected by the action of the verb. In other words, the object will receive the action of the verb. In the sentence, Jake threw the ball. The word ball is the object because that is what is being thrown. Objects are split into two categories, direct and indirect. As the name suggests, a direct object is directly affected by the verb, while an indirect object is indirectly affected. That's a pretty simplified explanation, so let's take a closer look to see how this works. A direct object is a noun or pronoun that directly receives the action of a verb. A good way to find a direct object in a sentence is to find the verb and then ask the question, who or what? Let's look back at the example sentence from earlier. Jake threw the ball. The object in this sentence, which we identified as ball, is a direct object. If we look at the verb threw and ask who or what is being thrown, the answer is ball. Here's another example sentence. Carrie and I ate bacon for breakfast this morning. The verb here is ate, so we would ask who or what was being eaten to find the direct object. In this case, the word bacon answers that question, so bacon is the direct object of the sentence. Now take a look at this sentence. She stood at the train station for an hour. If you follow the steps we took for the last two examples, you should notice that this sentence does not have a direct object. There is no word that would answer the question, who or what is being stood. Remember, a sentence does not need to have an object for it to be a sentence. All it needs is a subject and a verb. Now, let's take a look at indirect objects. Instead of receiving the action directly from the verb, the indirect object receives the action directly from the direct object. That's where the indirect connection to the verb comes in. A good way to find an indirect object in a sentence is to find the verb and then ask to or for whom or for what. Let's look at an example. Wren gave her pencil to Colin. First, let's find the direct object, since that is what the indirect object is taking the action of. The verb in this sentence is gave, and the word that answers who or what is being given is pencil. Now that we know the direct object, we ask, to whom was the pencil given? Wren gave her pencil to Colin, so Colin is the indirect object. Here's one more example. Yvonne sent me a letter in the mail. Let's go through the same steps as before. The verb here is sent, and the word that answers who or what is being sent is letter. Now we ask, to whom was the letter sent? Yvonne sent the letter to me, so the indirect object of the sentence is the pronoun me. Okay, let's go over a couple of review questions before we go. Number 1, what is the direct object of the following sentence? My dog ate the sandwich I left on the table. A, dog. B, sandwich. C, table. D, I. The correct answer is B. The word sandwich is the only word that answers who or what was being eaten, so it is the direct object of the sentence. Number 2, what is the indirect object of the following sentence? The teacher gave Emily an A on her exam. A, exam. B, teacher. C, Emily. Or D, A. The correct answer is C. The direct object of the sentence is the word A because that's what the teacher gave. When we ask, to whom was the A given, the word Emily is the only word that answers the question, so it is the indirect object of the sentence. That's all for this review. Thanks for watching and happy studying.